Hello, my name is Matthias Kavodia. Welcome guys to my channel. Today we're going to talk about X-Men Die by the Sword, issues 1 through 5, written by Chris Claremont. And in this story we have a team up between Excalibur and Exiles. And this actually is going to end the Excalibur series, the post-House of M series. It ends here. And it should have ended Exiles. I feel like the series had run its course and it was a really good time to end it. But no, it kept on running. And Chris Claremont on both of these series, like, he tried so many ideas. Some were just okay, but most, like, he totally missed the mark on so many things. Like late 90s and early 2000s, Claremont, it wasn't the best. So here we have members from Excalibur have ties to members to the Exiles. So we have Great Britain discovering that Psylocke had not died. She seemingly had passed fighting against the Shadow King in the Excalibur series. Also, we have Nocturne, who was on the Excalibur, rediscovering that Firebird from the Exiles, who she had a relationship, is not dead. And also, like, there's a dedicated, it's a standalone issue to the relationship between Thunderbird and Nocturne. It's so good. Like, Exiles in general, the beginning of that run, the whole run itself up until this point was, oh man, it's so freaking awesome. So what's the setup for this story? When the House of M took place, Mad Jim Jaspers was reawoken. It sort of shook up the whole multiverse, what the Scarlet Witch had done. Seemingly Captain Britain had been able to stop him, but it was far from the truth. He was just waiting in the shadows. And Mad Jim Jaspers also seems to be infected by the Fury. That was he's a fantastic villain. He's pretty much like the ultimate version. It's not a Sentinel. It was created from another program, but he's pretty much unstoppable. He learns from its mistakes. And I'm a big Marvel Legends fan, and I really hope they one day would make a Build-A-Figure series with the Fury. That would be really awesome, and with the characters of classic Excalibur. So Mad Jim Jaspers is thinking how he's going to take vengeance on Captain Britain or whatever the hell he wants to do. He's approached by Merlin. Marvel's Merlin is a very confusing character. Like, sometimes he's a good guy, and other times he's complicated, and other times he's a straight up villain. Here he wants to team up with Mad Jim Jaspers he wants to take over the multiverse again. He take the reins away from Roma, who's his daughter. He's sort of playing with fire because Mad Jim Jaspers is pretty much a loose cannon. While this is going down, 3 Captain Britons arrive to stop Jim Jaspers, and he's far beyond Omega level. Like, this guy is pretty much unstoppable. He defeats them and starts converting these Captain Britons into Furies. So he has 3 Furies at his disposal. We cut to Roma and Saturnine, who is Roma's right-hand lady. They know that shit's about to hit the fan. So while this is going down, Merlin sends this character Roguemore to take down Captain Britain. So they're going to take out from the equation right at the beginning of the story the biggest gun on both teams, Captain Britain. He's really powerful. But both of these characters are filled with really powerful characters. So he's going to sort of sit this one out at first. So they teleport Captain Britain to the Exiles base. We have Dazzler rediscovering that Longshot's alive. It's sort of tragic. Longshot in the Exile series, we discover that every time he's captured by Mojo, he's mind wiped. So it's really heartbreaking for poor Dazzler. She realizes he doesn't know who she is. Obviously, they were both married, and she still has feelings for him. So we have an all-out war with the complete Captain Britain Corps going up against the Furies. They're getting their ass kicked. Then we have the Exiles and the Excalibur take a crack at it. Also, during this time on the Exiles, you had Mr. Creed. He's like my favorite incarnation of Sabretooth from the Age of Apocalypse. Don't know why I like this character or this version of Sabretooth so much. So we also get Thunderbird, who was modified by Apocalypse, so he can sort of like adapt. Not as much as the Fury, but he gets stronger and stronger if the situation needs it. While this is going down, Dazzler defends Roma from Rogue Mort and her forces. We cut to Pete Wisdom. Since the big gun is out, he goes to talk to Albion. He's like the evil Captain Britain that they had fought in the last Excalibur story arc, which was really good until they pull out this MacGuffin that totally ruins the story, that there's no reference to where the hell that thing comes from, and it really ruined the story for me. This Captain Britain chose the sword over the amulet, and this sort of corrupted him, and so it made him insanely violent. But he's still honorable, and he's willing to work with both teams to stop the Fury. So basically, that's the whole story. Both teams end up joining forces with Albion. Captain Britain obviously is going to be cured. My dog won't stop barking. Also, Mad Jim Jaspers gets infected with the Fury and he becomes the Fury himself. Also, Roma gets killed by Merlin's forces. Roma actually downloads her mind into Sage. I don't know why, but Chris Claremont had a really weird obsession with Sage, with Psylocke, and with Shadowcat. But during this time, really focused on Sage. So she's going to sort of become the new Roma. She's going to be the leader of the Exiles and be the one peeking into the multiverse and sending the new Exiles on their missions. So we get a showdown between Psylocke and Merlin. That's pretty awesome. Obviously, our heroes are going to stop the Fury. Merlin makes a run for it, but the thing is, now who's going to protect the multiverse? Roma's gone. So this is the last issue, not the last issue, the last story with this particular incarnation of Excalibur. Then we're going to get a new iteration of Excalibur called MI6, which it was okay, and that's actually sort of kicked off with the Secret Invasion story arc. So, and I think I'm going to cover it. Like that particular run, what I didn't like is the final battles with Dracula, and I have a thing of really hating Dracula. I don't like him in any story, be it in Mutant X, in Excalibur, or when he pops up in the X-Men and in the Avengers. Like, for some reason, I just really hate classic monsters and stories. So, I'm going to leave this video here. Late 2000s Chris Claremont, it wasn't the best. See you guys next time. Bye.